Hello everyone, it's Chris here, and I had a couple more things I wanted to share with you in regards to no excuses. So it took me all day to kind of come on here live, but and you're probably, gosh, at this time out and about and doing other things, but I did want to come to you live, and I wanted to share with you a poll that I sort of put out on Facebook, and I just kind of wanted to see people's response to the question, which was, when do you find it more difficult to stick to a fitness and nutrition? When do you find it more difficult to oh my gosh, I can't even talk. When, and I haven't even had an alcoholic beverage, when do you find it more difficult to stick to a fitness and nutrition program? Summer or winter? And I was really, really surprised at it being like half and half. So a lot of people struggle in winter, and the reasons they struggle in winter with their fitness and nutrition is holidays, special functions, sometimes because of the weather, physical limitations prevents them from staying committed to a fitness program, having enough fresh fruit and veggies, all the comfort foods that are out there, weather, keeping you inside and not being maybe able to participate in exercise that you prefer to do outside, busier schedule with the kids in school and sports and just so many activities that go on in the wintertime. So those were some of the reasons for winter. Some of the reasons for summertime that people found it more difficult, of course, is vacations, which I'll talk about the solutions afterward. Vacations, busier with the kids being home from school and college, schedule changes. Usually we're much more on a routine, like in the wintertime when kids are at school. And some of you who may be school teachers, your schedule changes, much more open, less structured schedule, the lack of routine. Could be parties, cookouts, social gatherings, and events, and that whole schedule change that kind of messes with you. I know for me, then I think about the question myself. Where do I find it more difficult? And I find a lot of these same reasons why I may fall off, or I may be a little bit stricter with my nutrition. My fitness is always going to happen regardless. But I know a lot of you do struggle with that. And there's all kinds of excuses. There's your excuses that I just talked about, like in the winter. There's excuses in the summer. But how can you stay consistent and continue to exercise regardless of the weather, regardless of the time of year, regardless of the seasons, regardless of what holidays are coming up? And how can you stay consistent with your nutrition as well? And it's really difficult when you have all these other distractions. What I find is when people get on a regular routine, that they make themselves a priority and they exercise regularly and they stay about 80 to 20% on track with their nutrition and break some bad habits, then it's easier to stay on track when the seasons change, when the weather changes, when your schedules change, because you found that way to put in that time for yourself. So what would be some of those solutions to some of those kind of sort of excuses, I'd like to call it? What are some solutions? So plan ahead. I'm kind of looking at my notes so I don't forget to share some of this. Plan ahead when you have special events. So say tonight, it's a Saturday night and you're going out and you have a cookout or you're going out to dinner. Plan ahead all day, eat well during the day. So if you want to indulge a little bit and not feel guilty about it, you can do that. And eat right before you go to an event. So that way you're not going in there starving and then you're looking at all different things and you're just kind of grabbing anything because you're so hungry. For me, what I like to do, which I'm actually having right now, is my Shakeology, because that really helps reduce cravings. It fills me up. So I tend to do that, and I tell people that as well, is to drink your Shakeology right before you go to an event to kind of fill you up so you're not going in there and you're starving. Also, change your workouts to fit your needs. So say in the wintertime, I know a lot of people, struggle with weather changes and arthritis and things like that. And So those physical limitations, so maybe you have to change your routine, and maybe you focus on doing more lower impact and yoga and stretching and things like that in the wintertime. In regards to the fruits and veggies not having the availability in the winter, is buying frozen and frozen fruit and veggies. That's still healthy. I always try to do fresh, but I do buy some frozen, so I have that. So if you don't have those things in the wintertime, comfort foods, that was a really big one when people shared with me why they struggled with their nutrition in the winter, is all of the comfort foods. And so there are so many other healthier options to some of those comfort foods. So really doing some research, looking at some recipes. I have put together a blog, and I have a recipe in there that for you to see, just some healthier options. And I have a lot of different recipes that I use from our Fix8 cookbook that has really healthier options, like on a turkey chili, a minestrone soup, and those are all comfort foods, but with healthier ingredients. And working out from home, if the weather interferes. So saying, oh, it's too cold, I can't get outside, or I can't get to the gym, I can't get to the classes, it keeps snowing, depending on your area. And why not do your workouts at home? And then in the summertime, oh, my kids are home, so the routine's off, and I can't get my exercise in because of the kids. Well, I'm not going to use that as excuse. Either they're going to join me, or they're going to watch me, or they're going to wait until I'm done. And it's so important to make yourself a priority and planning it in your day, whether you get up early before the kids. I know for younger kids, they're up really early in the morning. My kids, being teenagers now, they're sleeping way too late. So I'm up, I'm getting my workout done before they can say, drive me here, bring me here, do this, can I go here, can I do that? So I make sure that I get my workout done. And then making sure that you plan and organize your time to be sure that you get the workout in. Are you getting up earlier and you're getting it before you go to work? Are you doing it as soon as you walk in the door from work? Are you doing it before the kids to go to bed, or as soon as the kids go to bed? Make an appointment for yourself to take care of yourself. That's just as important. And exercising, oh, I'm going on vacation, so no, I don't really want to start an exercise program. Oh, no, I'm not going to exercise. But when you're on vacation, I don't stop exercising because I'm going on vacation. My sneakers, my workout gear, that all comes with me. I'm exercising every day if I'm on vacation as well. And then when you're on vacation, so maybe you're not doing your typical workouts, but maybe you can walk on the beach, you can run, you can bike, you can kayak, you can water ski, you can go tubing, hiking, play frisbee, swim. There's so many options when you're on vacation where you could still be exercising. And then when you're going to those cookouts or summer gatherings or parties, or say in the wintertime when it's like football season and when all the holidays start coming up and you're invited to holiday parties, bring healthy options. So that way at least there's one thing that you can choose from that's healthy. And then go in the mindset when you go there to it, go for the healthier options. And like I said, try to eat before you go so you're not going in there and starving. And then, being in the mindset to make the best choices that you can if you want to still stay kind of on plan and not kind of blow it when you go to, because you could have a party every week. And so try to stay on track as much as you can. Do your best, like the summertime, do your best to get on some sort of routine. I know the summer months are hard. I find it difficult. I work from home, so I'm trying to get my workouts in, get my kids where they need to be, focus on getting my work done without like the, Mom, can I do this? Can I do that? Like I just told them, I'm going live. Don't interrupt me. So, but being able to focus and not be totally distracted and it takes me that much longer to get my work done sometimes. So I'm really trying to stay focused and not distracted. And maybe somehow, you've got to go in an area where you can get your work done. But, really planning and making sure that you stay on track, even with your meals. I know it can be difficult in the summertime as well, again, I still try to look at the week ahead on Sundays and what nights am I cooking and, going grocery shopping and doing some food prep and still staying on that routine, even though it's summertime and kind of every week is different. And then, which I mentioned earlier is, and the other thing I want to say too is limit yourself to takeout. that can get you in trouble. There are healthier choices. Oh my God, Carlene, I was just talking about you last week. When you go in for takeout, you don't have to go for all the fried food and all the, junk that you could be getting at takeout. Order a salad with grilled chicken on it. Make a better choice. And when you're going out to dinner, the same thing. I always get a salad with the dressing on the side. Maybe you don't get dessert. Some nights you might. So, like last night I had dessert. I'm not going to lie. I had delicious chocolate cake. And doing things in moderation, and don't deprive yourself of those things, but just kind of plan accordingly. And, you don't need to eat dessert every single night. My kids think they do. And then remembering that 80-20 rule and doing the best that you can. And you have to enjoy every day too and not be stressed about it. But you also want to feel good in the life that we have. You don't want to feel lousy and depressed and lack of energy every single day. So making some healthier choices can make a difference, and being on routine and exercising to give you energy for the day. There are so many excuses I hear for so many people. I know I talked the other day about like workouts and all the excuses I hear for workouts, but I kind of wanted to take a little twist on it and be like, okay, so what are your excuses in the winter? What are your excuses in the summertime? And I see some people that are so much more committed in the winter or so much more committed in the summertime. And for me, I am always in a support group that I run on Facebook online. So we all support each other and we keep each other really accountable and hold ourselves accountable because we see what other people are doing. We get encouraged. And so if you're struggling with your fitness and your nutrition, reach out to me, message me right now and say, Chris, you know what? I'm struggling. I'm ready. I need to make a change. I need to do something. What kind of support groups are you running right now? I do have a VIP program that's starting on Monday. I'm only taking 5 people, so there's a short amount of time to get in that. But I do offer other groups as well if you can't get into my VIP group. But if you are struggling, ask for help. Don't keep struggling. Don't feel miserable. There are little things that you can do to make changes. I have been working on this for a very long time. I still struggle, and I have my days, and I like to eat, and sometimes I don't like all healthy foods. I like to have my chips and dessert and drinks, and I do that. But most of the time I try to stay on track because I've learned, I've educated myself, I've read a lot of things, and I've got a lot of support from the people that I'm connected with. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I'd love for you to respond and tell me if you haven't responded to me on that winter, summer, where do you find it more difficult? And please reach out to me so I can help you around some of that. And it was nice seeing some of you pop in here. And like I said, you can go to my website. I have a lot of different recipes there. Chris Dello, DELLO fitness.com. And I also will be writing a blog about this and adding in a recipe there. And you can check that out. So thanks so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your night and weekend. And I look forward to hearing from some of you on messaging. Thanks. Bye.